In London, James Talia for Nightline.
Meanwhile, actor Roy Scheider has died. The two-time Oscar nominee appeared in more than 70 films and television shows, but will probably be best remembered for playing the sheriff in the original Jaws. His wife says he's been suffering cancer and died as a result of complications from an infection. Roy Scheider was 75. Nightline sport after the break, including the wounded Aussies head west to brush up for their clash with Sri Lanka. And the fastest man on earth arrives in Australia for Olympic warm-up races. The Australian cricket team is confident it can turn around its one-day form against Sri Lanka at the Wacker on Friday. The Aussies were humbled by India, scoring just 159, and then being overhauled with more than 4 overs to spare. India now lead the series.
Ken Sutcliffe for Nightline.
The celebrations are continuing on the central coast of New South Wales after the Mariners became the first team through to soccer's A-League Grand Final. Upsetting their arch-rivals Newcastle, the Mariners scored 3 unanswered goals to win the major semi-final 3-2 on aggregate.
Chris Hodgkinson for Nightline.
The world's fastest sprinter, Asif Powell, is in Australia. The Jamaican arrived to prepare for events in Melbourne and Sydney. Powell holds the 100 metres world record at 9.74 seconds.
This is my good luck spot, so, why not come back here?
Powell won the gold medal at the Melbourne Commonwealth Games, but has a reputation for choking in big events and wants to change that at the Beijing Olympics. Stay with us. Nightline's finance and weather when we come back. Plus, we reveal Nicole's secret celebrity photo shoot. Let's check Nightline's finance news now. And the Australian market didn't like those comments from the Reserve Bank we reported earlier. Warnings that more interest rate rises were inevitable saw the ASX 200 fall to 5,537. That is a drop of 2.1%. Let's have a chat now to Tom Petrovsky from CommSec to take us through it all. Tom, looks like the banks were the hardest hit. Beauty, Tom. Thank you.
Thanks.
Let's go to Janie Seal with Nightline's weather now, and plenty around. A cyclone watch in northern WA and a low pressure zone in Queensland, which is moving further south, Janie.
Michael, some more big falls for Queensland, and yes, heading to that southeastern corner, some pretty wild winds as well, and it will spread into the northeastern parts of New South Wales. We have a front swinging past the southeastern states there, and that will bring a few showers as well, and we will keep a close eye on the activity through the northern parts of the country. But otherwise, this high pressure ridge will keep most of southern parts of the country dry, directing those winds tending more northeasterly. Over in Perth, you have had some extremely hot days. Let's have a look at the capital city temperatures, and Perth, yes, 36 degrees, so a very hot week ahead. 26 degrees for those of you in Adelaide, and we'll see a few showers with that change set to arrive in Melbourne in the afternoon sometime. For the cricket, there could be a few showers, even the possibility of a storm, 25 degrees, and a few showers, not too much though for Sydney, but certainly wild weather around the Brisbane region. As we head into Wednesday, we do have that front swinging past the Sydney region. Look out for some gusty southerly winds starting to clear up behind it, with that high moving across into the east, but still those northerly winds creating some very hot weather over in the west. Perth 37 degrees, and then for Thursday, no escape from that heat. Perth 38 degrees, starting to heat up into South Australia as well, with those winds coming in from the north, and generally dry skies over in that southeastern corner. Michael.
Okay, Janie, thank you very much. A field on the outskirts of Sydney was transformed into a film set today as Nicole Kidman posed for one of America's most famous photographers. Annie Leibovitz was flown in to take photos of Nicole ahead of the release of the Baz Luhrmann epic Australia. And pregnant Nicole was showing a bit of a baby bump in some of the shots. She and Grammy Award-winning husband Keith Urban are expecting their first child later this year. That is Nightline for this Monday. I'm Michael Usher. Thanks for your company. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.